Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're gonna be doing a story time, okay? And the story time is gonna be on how I cursed my manager out. Yes, I cursed her out. Yes, I did. I cursed her out. So if you guys want to know, or if you guys just want to listen to the story time, then keep on watching. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I've been doing videos back to back. So yes, I'm gonna have on the same outfit in the next few or the past couple videos. Don't mind that. I've been slacking, so I thought I would just record everything back to back and put it out for you guys, whatever the case is. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video, period. So as you guys know, if you haven't heard already, I did go to beauty school. I do have my cosmetology license. Yes, I do work in a hair salon. Okay, so that's pretty much the backstory. I work in a hair salon. So I know you guys know that some hair salons is you can like rent a booth or whatever. You know, like you have your own clientele, you rent your booth, you pay your booth money or your booth rent and call it a day. In my salon, it's more so of like an hourly type of job. So it's like an actual salon, like not like a color salon or whatever, those fancy like upscale salons, but it is kind of like an upscale salon. It's just like more like an express type of salon. So you can do at the salon, all you can do is like wash, blow out, or style, or updos, braids, you know, not braids like our kind of braids, but you know, if you know, you know, it's that type of salon. It's not our type of salon, okay? So yeah, so in the salon, basically, you obviously have to do hair, but you also have to upkeep with the salon. Like you have to, you know, do chores like sweep the floor, clean the shampoo bowls, clean the shampoo room, clean off the stations, you know, make sure everything is all tidy and clean, whatever, blase, take out the garbage, do the towels, you know, stuff like that, you know. So it was one day I was at work, and it was a couple of us at work, and it was a night shift. So if it was a night shift, I want to say it was probably like it was probably either a 2 to 8 or 3 to 10. It probably was a 2 to 8 or 3 to 10, I'm not sure, but yeah, it was one of those shifts. And my chore for the night was to do garbage. I don't mess with garbage. I don't mess with garbage at all. At all. Give me any other chore. Do not give me garbage, because I'm not taking nobody's garbage up and throwing garbage and seeing no little rodents. None of that. I don't play that. Don't give me garbage, because I'm not doing it. And I made it clear, don't give me garbage, because I will switch my chore or the garbage will stay there. And that's how I felt, because I'm not doing nobody's garbage. I don't even do garbage in my own house. My father takes out the garbage, so why would I do garbage in somebody else's establishment? That's just how I felt. Harriet! So that night I had garbage, and I don't want to say I made a scene about it, but I kind of made a scene, because I'm like, why would you guys give me garbage when you know I'm not going to do it? So I kindly asked to switch my chore, or matter of fact, somebody agreed to switch their chore with me. So the other girl would have been taking the garbage, and I think I was going to do dishes or something like that. Like, you know. So in our job, basically, you have the manager, the shift lead, which basically self-explanatory. Make sure everybody's on shift, everybody's doing what they have to do, making sure all the books are accordingly you know, and then there's the stylists, and then there's the bartenders, which is, the bartenders are equivalent to receptionists. So basically, whatever job description they have to do the same thing, basically. So me and another girl switched, but before one of the bartenders that was in the back heard that me and the girl switched, the bartender, the girl, we're gonna call the bartender Susie. So Susie goes to the shift lead, which is the manager that I cursed out. We're gonna call her Alex because her name is Alex and I don't give a rat's butt about anything. So Susie goes to Alex and tells Alex something about me not wanting to do my chore, me having a problem with my chore, right? Which I did, and everybody knew that I didn't want to do garbage, and I made it known I'm not doing the garbage. So Susie goes to Alex and tells Alex. So Alex, big old Alex, comes, and mind you, we're all in the break room, and she's outside at the front desk. So Alex comes bursting in the break room like,
who has a problem with their chore?
but she said it in a way like just the fact that she burst in the break room, that threw me way off guard. So she comes in and she says whatever she has to say, and I'm like, knowing me and my mouth, you know, I said, first of all, you don't come in this break room and speak to people like that because you're not nobody's mother in here. That's what I said. You're not nobody's mother, one. And two, I have a problem with my chore. And you guys know that. I do not want to do garbage. And I made it clear plenty of times before, do not give me garbage because I'm not doing it. So I said that. And I also said that me and another girl switched our chores. So I'm doing her chore and she's doing my chore, right? So she says, with attitude, acting like she all big and bad, Alex says, well, you guys are not allowed to switch chores in here. Whatever chore you have, that's your assigned chore. So I told Alex, I said, Alex, we're allowed to switch chores. As long as we do a chore, we're allowed to switch it. And you guys know already not to give me that chore. You guys continuously give it to me and I continuously switch it out because I'm not doing it. So it was a couple words after that said, and she leaves the break room with the attitude the same way how she comes in. So for me, I was already in heat because I'm like, okay, you came back here screaming, thinking you somebody's mother. You're not about to talk to me like that. That's an absolute no. You're not about to talk to me like that. That's one. And two, it's a way to go about things. You just don't come back there and start yelling at people. First of all, she was my age, if not a year older. She was my age. Let's not forget, she's pregnant. So she's pregnant. So I don't know if she just had an attitude because, you know, her hormones or whatever, but before she was pregnant, she had a nasty attitude. So I'm not even going to blame it on the pregnancy. She just had a nasty attitude, period. So what really turned me off was the fact that Susie, the bartender, went to Alex and told Alex that I said I had a problem with my chore. So, mind you, Alex, the shift lead, is there. Susie, the bartender, and the actual manager, we're going to name her Kiki. So Kiki's there, the manager, Alex, and Susie. So I go to the front and I tell Kiki, I asked her, I said, why would you guys give me, not even, before I was even able to ask her, I go to the front because they're all sitting in the front and Alex is screaming at Susie like,
from now on, nobody's able to switch their chores. They have to do what they were assigned.
So that got me more mad because I'm like, first of all, why are you yelling at her? On top of the fact that Susie went to tell Alex what I said. But me, I try to keep it a little professional in the workplace because, you know, yeah. So, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I just remember me yelling at Alex, and I told Kiki, I said, why is it a problem when I don't want to do my chore? When, I switched my chore and I changed it, and the other girl's gonna do the chore that I had, and I'm gonna do the dishes. And she said something. She was like, oh, it's not a problem, blah, blah, blah. But Kiki let Alex walk all over her a lot. And Kiki was at the point where, like, she didn't really care about nothing because she was being bounced around a lot. So she wasn't our manager, but she was our manager for the time being. So, like, she didn't really, not that she didn't care, she just wasn't really putting her all into it because, she knew she had to leave soon anyway. But I do remember Alex yelling, and then I just got so fed up, and I'm like, well, why are you yelling? Like, you're so loud, and it's clients here, because that's very unprofessional. We had clients trying to check in and out, and she was yelling about chores. So, she's yelling about chores, and I'm not the one that's going to let somebody yell at me, so I started yelling back. So we outside in the front yelling at each other. So I'm like, but why do you have to yell? That's one. And two, you don't have to speak to nobody like that. You're not nobody's mother, but the one that you carrying right now. You're not nobody's mother in here, so you don't come in here and start yelling at people like that. I don't care what job title you got. You're not about to disrespect me. You're not going to disrespect me. So we're yelling at each other, and then it gets so bad to the point where security from the other establishment came over and had to kind of diffuse the situation, because at this point I had stopped yelling, but I'm still standing in the front because there's clients, whatever, blah blah. So I stopped yelling, and she's still yelling, and I told Kiki, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna yell at her while there's clients here. That's very unprofessional. And she heard me. I said, that's very unprofessional of you because you're yelling and there's clients trying to check in and check out, and you got everybody looking at you like you're crazy. So at this point I was just fed up, and I don't know what was going on, but I was more so mad to the point that I couldn't, like, when I get upset and when I get mad, I get heated, like I want to fight. And I was so upset to the point that I couldn't smack her because she was pregnant and I was on the job and I didn't want to get fired. But I was livid. Like, I was livid, y'all. I wanted to strangle this girl, because who the hell you think you're talking to? You ain't talking to me. You're not my mother. You don't pay my bills. You ain't talking to me. And a part of me was confused, and then a part of me was angry. Like, I wanted to jump over the front desk and tackle her. That's how I was feeling. And at that point I started crying, because I'm like, yo, I was crying because I couldn't hit her. I was crying because I could not hit her, and I wanted to hit her so bad. Like, I literally I told you I wanted to jump over the front desk and tackle her. That's what I wanted to do, because she was talking real crazy, and I don't allow that. You're not about to sit here and talk to me any kind of way you want. So I started crying because I'm pissed. I started crying, and Kiki comes over, and then she's like, oh, calm down. I understand your frustration, because at this point everybody was sick of Alex. Everybody was tired of him. So Kiki comes over, and it was so bad to the point, like, I started crying, and I told Kiki, and I said it loud in front of Alex. I said, every time you put me on a shift with Alex, I'm going to make her job a living hell. That's what I said, and I kept saying it. Do not put me on the same shift with her. Do not, because I'm going to make her job a living hell. And tears was falling. My bad, y'all. Somebody texted me. Tears was falling down my eyes, and I was so I was pissed. Like, if I could have been red, I would have been red. Because I was more than pissed off. Because I wanted nothing more than to smack the shit out of her. Like, I really wanted to smack my manager. Not my manager, but you know, the shift lead, Alex. I wanted to smack the shit out of her. But I couldn't. One, because I was on the clock and she's pregnant. But all that shit don't faze me, because if she wasn't pregnant, I would have clocked out and I would say, meet me outside.
Me outside, how about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
What I just said.
Because I don't play that disrespect shit. You're not about to sit here and talk to me like that. You a year older than me. Granted, you have a higher job title than me, but it's a way to speak to your employees. It's a way to speak to people, period. Not just your employees. If you want respect, you got to give respect. I'm not going to respect you as my shift lead if you don't respect me as a stylist. And if it wasn't for the stylist, the shop wouldn't be the way it is. Because at the end of the day, you don't do hair. I do hair. You can't sit there and bust down a client in 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I can do that. So if I was to leave, you would have been tight. And that would have been one less stylist that you had. So that whole situation got to it was brought up to higher management from the security, because we work in a hotel. So from the security from the hotel, I guess it got brought to higher management, like the DM and everything. So the DM came and spoke to me. So when I had spoke to him, that was the first time that it was but it was told to me that she's already in the hot seat, Alex. She's already in the hot seat because she be doing a lot of dirt in the company. And I'm not going to say what she be doing because I don't know who's watching this video, but I'm going to just keep it as that. She be doing a lot of dirt in the company. So she's already in the hot seat, and he gave me his personal number. He said, if he looked me in my eye, he said, if anything else happens, if she looks at you the wrong way, please call me ASAP. Please call me ASAP and I will come back here. So, yeah. Ever since then, every single shift that I was on with her, best believe, I made her job a living hell that day. I gave her hell, like I said I was. You're not about to sit here and disrespect me. Not me, sis. So, every single shift that I was on, which was probably, because at that point, I was only working 3 days a week. So, it probably was only one day that I was on a shift with her if I didn't pick up any extra shifts. I made her job a living hell because, yes, that's what I'm going to do. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. You're not about to disrespect me, and I'm going to keep saying that. It's one thing to, pull somebody to the side and, speak to them, or, we're not allowed to change chores. But it's another thing to disrespect somebody and raise your voice at them. And that's not what I'm going to tolerate. So I made her job a living hell, and it just so happened that she didn't get fired, but she had no choice but to quit because she was put under a certain spotlight, and she didn't like that because of something dirty that she did, and she had to leave. And I feel like that was God working, and God doesn't like ugly, and you just have to respect others the way you want to be. You have to treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't go and start being mean to people, and then when people's mean to you, you want to cry and you want to boo-hoo. Like, no, you have to, not saying you don't have to be nice, but you could be cordial with people, or just treat other people how you want to be treated. If you want somebody to treat you nice, you treat other people nice, right? If you want somebody to treat you mean, somebody's going to treat you mean. And that's just how it goes. Like, whatever you do, it gets done back onto you. And ever since that day, everybody in that job knew not to mess with me, because you was going to get the biggest curse out of your life. Manager there or not, security there or not, you're going to get cursed the hell out. because I don't tolerate disrespect, and I'm going to keep saying that. You don't go and disrespect people. So for Alex and her big ass to think that she could go and disrespect me, you tried it. And you got your ass handed right back to you. And I'm going to say Alex. Yes, that was her real name. I don't care. I'm calling her name. And I don't care who feel the type of way. And that's on period. But yeah, babe, that was basically the story or whatever. And yeah, that was my story. And I don't really got nothing else to say about the situation. Just, yeah, that's it. So let me know if you guys like this story time, and let me know what you guys want to see. Like, I do want to hear you guys feedback, and nobody like says anything, but I do want to hear you guys feedback, and I do want to hear what you guys got to say. So let me know what you guys think of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, because it's gonna be more videos. Like, it's gonna be more story times, more beauty related videos. I'm going to start doing challenges. Well, I'm going to try to do challenges. And yeah, and I will see you guys in my next mother effing video. Bye guys.